Hello and welcome back to our daily video series where we help seven-figure business owners who want to grow. Today, we are going to deep dive into meeting rhythm and what that means. Meetings, especially unproductive ones, just are useless. They just feel so frustrating. I'm sure you've been in a meeting before where you think you're getting your point across. And I've heard this from several of my business owners that I work with. But they think they're getting the point across and they walk away thinking they've given action items. And then guess what? Nobody does anything. Super frustrating. Or have you ever been in a meeting where there's a group of people, but only two people are talking to each other? It's like these people could have had this meeting beforehand and the rest of us just wasted 30 minutes of our time. Can we please get back to work, right? Usually our meetings are spent so focused on the daily execution of our company and not a lot gets done. It feels really frustrating and honestly a little useless. Following a well-designed meeting rhythm can actually be very empowering to both you as the leader and to your team. There's clarity involved that allows them and you to know how to execute to win in your business. So let's get started. Every good meeting rhythm we see combines some sort of long-term strategic side planning with daily execution or weekly execution. Okay, operational excellence is what we'll call it. So we have the long-term strategic planning side, then we have the operational excellence. You will see a table that lists various meetings we recommend along with their purpose. So why do we have this meeting? Who's supposed to attend those meetings? The frequency, how often should we be having these meetings? And the most important one, how long should that meeting be, right? Sometimes I hate when I go to a meeting and it lasts 2 hours and it was supposed to last 30 minutes. So frustrating, right? Let's get clear on what we're supposed to be doing in those meetings and what that outcome is. Let's review each of the 5 meeting types referenced in the Elite Business Growth Method. Annual planning happens as a 1.5 to 2 day offsite meeting. Typically, in the last month or the second to last month of your year, and the idea is that you're looking forward to the next year and how you'll aim to hit goals the next year. What are the priorities you will have? So think you'll either have the meeting in November or December for 1.5 to 2 days in preparation for the next year, possibly starting in January. Depends on your year and how you do business, but I just want you to kind of get that visual. We call this an offsite intentionally because we want to remove you from your daily settings. We want to remove you from the distractions, the needs of your team, the needs of customers, and pull you out. And there's also a little creativity thinking that happens when you go somewhere else and do something different. So you're probably wondering who should attend this meeting. So I want you to think about these are the people in your office that help make strategic decisions in the business. They also should have the authority to know how to allocate funds in the business. Let's also talk about the agenda for this meeting. So we don't really want to talk about the short-term operational excellence side of the business. Instead, what we want to focus on is the long-term strategic side of the business. So again, thinking about the year of your annual plan actually in accordance to your mission and your mission strategies and your mission goals. So we're not necessarily talking about how exactly are we going to execute tomorrow. We're talking about what does the year look like and how do we want to end it. One of the other things you want to pay attention to are the desired outcomes of the annual planning offsite. One of the main outcomes is buy-in from your leadership team to your vision and a draft of what are the priorities for the next year, call those annual priorities, and the outcomes we're looking for us to hit. And then actually at the same annual planning offsite, you will also, the hope is that you're going to walk away with quarterly priorities for the first quarter, for Q1, starting in January, in reference to our, if you're going to be planning in November or December. The last outcome that you're looking for really is building trust with your leadership team. It's a great opportunity for you guys to roll up your sleeves, dig in, address the challenges that you're facing as a company and how to overcome those and move forward and hit your goals. Now, the second meeting is our quarterly planning offsite. So a quarterly offsite is similar to the annual planning offsite. However, we're reflecting on different amounts of time. So for the annual planning offsite, you're kind of reflecting on the year, looking forward to the year. With your quarterly planning offsite, you're going to reflect on the quarter, the most recent quarter you were in, and look forward to the next quarter. So the same team that is involved in your annual planning offsite will be the same team to join you for your quarterly planning offsite. You typically need 1 day for quarterly planning. So you don't need the day and a half to 2 days. You just need 1 day for quarterly planning. And we highly recommend that you have this on the second or third week of the last month of the quarter. So if Q1 starts in January, you would have this meeting the second or third week of March, right? So then the next quarter, you would have it in the second or third week of June, the second or third week of September, right? The purpose of this offsite is to draft priorities for the coming quarter, right? So like I said, if we're in Q1, we want to draft the priorities for Q2. The third meeting type is the monthly meeting. Now, like I said, I'm going to go into that in a little bit, but we're going to skip over it for right now. I want to talk about the fourth meeting type, and I'll come back to the third meeting type of that monthly meeting. The fourth meeting is the weekly meeting. Now, this meeting is sometimes called the weekly dashboard meeting or the weekly leadership team meeting, but this is a chance for you guys to focus on the day-to-day, the operational excellence. We got to look at our goals, see what they are, and do a once a week check-in, right? So we've got to check on those goals. Likely of all the meetings that we are suggesting, this is the one you are currently having. The purpose of the weekly meeting is pretty straightforward. It is important to pause weekly to check in on the progress of your business. We don't want to go more than 1 week without addressing any of the potential problems in our business that are keeping us from moving forward and hitting our goals. So the fifth and the final meeting is the daily huddle, 5 to 10 minute stand-up meeting. The purpose of this is really to inject positivity, focus in your team, just a really quick coordinated effort to say, here's what I've got going on, here's what I need to do, here's who I might need to talk to today in order to get that accomplished. Daily huddles are really essential to just kind of keep the team grooving. Now, you don't have to do them every day. This is just something that you can inject into your business when you need that extra oomph. Daily huddle is not focused on the long-term strategic side of the business. This is focused on the operational excellence, what we're trying to get done right now, today. So let's circle back to that monthly meeting. The monthly meeting is the one that straddles both the long-term side and the operational excellence. A half-day monthly meeting for leaders specifically is designed to both check in on the strategic side of the business and anything you have going on there and addressing how you're moving the needle forward in your business. And it's also a chance to discuss some of the bigger operational issues that maybe we can't do in the weekly discussions that we need to address as well. The monthly leadership meeting serves as an essential bridge between both the long-term side and the short-term side of your business. Also, take note that this really only happens twice a quarter. You don't have a monthly leadership meeting the month that you meet for your quarterly offsite. We also recommend that these meetings occur in the third or fourth week of those first 2 months of the quarter. So third or fourth week is the way to go. If you're concerned about the amount of time it might take to execute to these meetings, I want you to consider how much time and energy is being wasted in your business by people who aren't aligned to a clear plan, right? They're just functioning. Some of them are even just people with a pulse that can do the job, right? Believe us when we say that the discipline it takes to do these meetings is the most efficient way to get targeted, coordinated action and clear results in your business. While we think all of these meetings are really important, the one that will actually begin to change your business is the quarterly planning offsite. Now, I cannot tell you this enough. You have to commit to doing it, and you have to commit to the rhythm every single quarter. And in fact, I'm so serious about it, but that I want you to right now, write down, find the second or third week in that third month of your quarter and pick a full day that you can dedicate with those right leaders on your team to focus on the long-term strategic side of the business. This will change your business. This will change your life as a leader, and it will enable your team to know the plan and how to execute to win to that plan, which is what everybody wants in the first place.